Students, now we will discuss about the subsets. Subsets is a very important concept of set theory. Now what exactly is a subset? See, if we come out of the mathematics and if I want to talk about a subset, you are studying in one school, your school is universal set. These all words I will tell you in mathematical language also. And your class is a subset of that universal set. Or don't say that your school is a universal set. Just consider that your school is a set. Okay? And your class is a subset of it. Right? Now, I can also talk in that way कि I have 10 books. It is a subset. It is a set of 10 books. Right? Now, I can divide the books categories. Divide the book category means mystery book, horror book, psychology book, like that. So each category will be a subset of my set of books. So we can say it is a part, right? It is a part. So now in maths, how I defined the subsets? If A and B are two sets, okay, and if every element of A, okay, if every element of A is there in B, okay, then A is called subset. Okay, so if I talk about this big universe and this is set B, and if A is inside it, then this A is called subset of B. Correct? Now, the way to write is A is a subset of B. Thus, in mathematics, I can say A is a subset of B if for A belongs to A implies A belongs to B. Okay? And B is called superset of A. B is called superset of A. Now there will be, you will hear two words, proper subset and improper subset. Now what exactly is this? Now I can say that a subset is improper subset if it contain every element of the original set. Means whatever is in B is in A as well. And what is a proper subset? The proper subset contains some but not all elements of the original set. Like this diagram what I have done, it is a proper subset because there may be some elements here which are not in B. So it is a proper subset. Correct? So I can say that, for example, this null set is a proper subset. Right? Now, if X belongs to B such that X does not belong to A, this is a mathematical definition for proper subset. Right? Now, when I talk about the set, there are few facts, subsets, there are a few facts like phi is a subset of every set. Or rather than phi, call it null set. Null set is a subset of every set. Okay. Now, we will also speak about the number of subset I can write. Before that, one simple thing, we have studied the number system. We started with the natural number. So, I can say that natural number is a set of Z, integers. Integers are set of rational numbers. Rational numbers are the set of real numbers. And real number is a subset of complex number. So throughout I was using the word set, but it is subset. So a natural number is a subset of integers. Integers are subset of rational number. Rational numbers are subset of real numbers. Real numbers are subset of complex number. Okay. Now suppose you have any set A which is defined as 1, 2 and 3. And if I ask you how many subset of it you can write, what will be the first subset? 1. Other subset 2. Other subset 3. Other subset 1, 2. other subset 1 comma 3, other subset 2 comma 3, right? Then other subset 1, 2, 3. And as I said, null set is always a subset. So here, what information I can say here? These are all the subsets I have listed. So I can say a set itself is always a subset. Okay, the complete set is always a subset of itself. Also, null set is also a subset of itself. Apart from that, all possible combination I can write. But make sure if you are writing 1, 2 is a subset, 2, 1 you should not write. Because in set, order does not matter. Right? So this is how I can list out the subsets. Now, can you count the number of subset? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I had 8 subsets. Now let me give one more example. Suppose I have A comma B. Now let us list out the subset of this. The first subset is A, another is B, then I have AB, then I have null set. Correct? How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4. Now here, can I write this 8 as 2 to the power 3? And can I write this 4 as 2 to the power 2? Now you take any set C with 4 elements, 1, 2, 3 and 4. If you list out all the subsets, you will observe the number of subsets are 2 to the power 4. So from here, one very important properties come into picture. Ki if the number of elements or cardinal number of a set is equal to n, implies it can have 2 to the power n subsets. It is a very important objective. Then it will have 2 to the power n subsets. Now, if you make a new set of all the subsets, that new set is called power set, represented by PA. So, for PA, I can write down what are my subsets here? 1, 2, dash 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 and last is null. Right? And what is a cardinal number for PA? What is the cardinality of PA? So I can say number of elements in PA is 2 to the power n, because I can have 2 to the power n subsets, and PA is nothing but the collection of all the subsets. Right? Same way, PB is equal to A, B and this, right? So, and the cardinal number of this is 2 to the power 4. How many elements were there? 2 elements. So, 2 to the power 2, 4. Here 2 to the power 3, 8. Correct? So, this is a concept of power set. So, power set means simply the collection of subsets. Now, here one more important concept comes, which is the intervals of as subsets of real numbers. We all know that I'll write down the name of the topic as intervals. We all know about the number line. This is a number line. This is 0. This side I have negative numbers. And this side I have positive numbers. Correct. Now we will talk about what exactly is the meaning of interval on this number line. See, I have closed interval which is represented like this. A, B. And B minus A give me the length of interval. And I represent it like this. And this always include all the numbers between A and B, including A and B. So if I am saying -1 to 1, so definitely it will have infinite numbers. So I am talking about this side of number line, and it includes -1 and 1 also. Now when I say about the open interval, it is represented like this or like this. Okay, it represents all the elements between A and B excluding A and B. So A and B are not counted. So if I talk about 1 comma 2, so this will have all the elements here from 1 to 2, but 1 and 2 won't be included. Right? Now from this I can talk about semi-open and semi-closed. Now what is semi-open? Semi-open means it can be like this, or it can be like this also. So one side open, one side closed. Here means A not included and B included. Here A included and B not included. Right? So now this is about the intervals. So we very often write how to write this in roster form, the intervals, or set builder form, the intervals. Roster we cannot write because it will have infinite number. Right? But when I speak about the closed interval, this is how we should write. And when I speak about the open interval, this is how I should write. Now when I speak about this category, semi-open and semi-closed, this will be written as X, where B is included, A is not included. And this one will be X, where A is included and B is not included. Okay. Now apart from this, I have used so many times the universal set word. Okay. Now when I say universal set means what? A set contains all the subsets in given context. Okay. So universal set is like our universe, which include everything. Correct? Now let us practice few questions based on this. Now suppose if I want to write minus 12 x minus 10 as interval, how you will write it? This will be minus 12 minus 10. Correct? If I ask you write down this as interval, how you will write it? It will be 3, 4. If I ask you to write 1 x 7, so how you will write? 1 comma 7. Right? Now same way, if I write the set builder form for x comma 12. So how you will write? This will be equal to x such that, okay, such that x lies between 6 and 12. Simple. Okay. If I write minus 20 and 3. So how you will write? X such that x is between minus 20 and 3. So when it is closed, it comes like this. When it is open, it comes like this. Correct? Now I will give you one question. You have to just tell me the answer as true and false. Now suppose A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and I will list down the question. Before listing down the question, let me explain you. 1 is one element, 2 is one element, 5 is one element, and there is a set which is acting as one element, and that set is 3 comma 4. So remember, 3 comma 4 is a set which is a element of A. So you cannot split this 3 and 4 at any cost. Okay. Now I'll write down the question. You have to answer my questions. Now can I write this 3 comma 4 is a subset of A? I'll write down the first questions. You answer in your notebook and then we will check. 3 comma 4 is element of A. Third, 3 comma 4 is a subset of A. Fourth, 1 is a subset of A. Fifth, 1 belongs to A. Sixth, 1, 2, 5 are subset of A. Okay, now let us see the answers. I'll suggest all of you to pause the video, write down the answer, then check the answer. Okay, now here I am saying this is a subset of A. Do you think it is a true? No, not at all. Now, why it is not true? Please understand one thing. Subset means the collection of elements. Okay, now here in this case 3, 4, though it is a collection of element, but it is not the collection of elements of A. It is collection of elements of some elements. So if I say it is a subset of A, that is wrong. You have to say that it belongs to A. Now here you will ask me one question. In the previous question, when you listed down subsets, when you spoke about A is equal to A comma B, you said A is a subset. You said B is a subset, means every element is a subset. Then why this element cannot be a subset? Answer to this is, when you list out the subset, it has to be in this brackets. Here it is not so. Brackets are there, but that represent only that element. So the first answer is false. Now the second answer, I already answered you, this is correct. Third answer is also correct. Why it is correct? Now see, I am making the sense. A single element is a subset of A. Okay, now I said 1 is a subset of A is a wrong statement. Yes, 1 belongs to A is a correct statement. And if I write like this, is a subset of A, that is also a correct statement. Okay, so subset means you have to write it in parenthesis. Now 1, 3, 5 is a subset of A. Perfect. Yes, it will be a subset. But if I say at the same time 1, 2, 5 belongs to A, that is wrong. Okay, now this is a subset of A, again wrong. Yes, null set is a subset of A, but we should not write it in parenthesis. Either you write that empty parenthesis, that also represent the empty subset, and this also represent the empty set, right? That is correct. But writing null set or a void set in parenthesis is wrong. Okay. Also, if I write like null set belongs to A, that is also wrong. That will become true if here I write like this. Okay, otherwise it is wrong. So now, is this belongs subset of A? Yes, correct. Is this belong to A? No. So these are the small common concepts for the subsets, which you should be very clear and you should be thorough in it. In my next video, I'll explain a very beautiful concept of Venn diagrams, where we will be dealing with all these in form of the diagrams, which is very interesting to make the clear understanding. After that, I will tell you the operations in sets and how to deal with those operations and what are the properties of those operations. So all of you go through it, and all of you subscribe the channel, share the channel, like the channel, put your comments and encourage me to create more and more videos. Thank you.